Welcome to another edition of Behind the Curtain. We usually have John doing this, but I am your host for this one. Today's guest is Nate Graves, right there.
How y'all doing?
Former Lightning Division champion. My bad. Like,
Don't remind me.
He's like, no, he bring the old stuff. So we haven't did Behind the Curtain in a while. So we're going to start back doing Behind the Curtain. If you're watching, you're probably watching it either on Twitch TV or you're watching us on TCW TV through YouTube. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to have a lot more of these coming up, but I figured why not kick off a new season of this with the one and only Nate Graves.
The one and only.
So, how you been?
Man, I've been doing pretty good. First off, how you doing?
I'm
got the lights out shirt.
You always got
I know, right?
shameless self-promoting.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing. Get yourself over, man.
Doing your promo.
My promo, get yourself over, man. You the boss. You running this.
Hey, just trying to, buy t-shirts.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Hey, everybody buying AEW shirts, so we gotta start making people buy TCW brand. We gotta buy the TCW brand
shirts.
Yeah,
however it gets out there, cheap plug.
Exactly.
Get that in.
You know how we do it. But so this Behind the Curtain, this is a chance for you to let people know more about you outside of wrestling, besides what you do in wrestling, but outside of wrestling as well. So how did you get started with wrestling? Like, what got you into wrestling?
Well, started out as a little kid. I was around 4 or 5 years old. My dad took me to a live event. The main event for that particular show was Wahoo McDaniel and Ric Flair.
Okay.
We were sitting maybe 2 rows away from the guardrail, so we were pretty up close to the action.
Oh shit! Okay.
It was literally one of the bloodiest matches I've ever seen in my life at that time. And I was pretty much hooked since then. There had been other matches that my dad had took me to, but it was just literally that particular one that got to me, that looked at my dad and was like, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to be a professional wrestler, other than, of course, my dad making me go through college and everything else first in order to get to that.
Of course.
That was my ultimate goal. It was a lot of kids growing up, they wanted to play sports, baseball, football, stuff like that. Now I had that in my mind as well.
Okay.
But naturally, superseding all that, I wanted to be a professional wrestler.
Okay. Now, for those that may not know, where are you originally from?
Originally, I am from Marlin, Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Besides that, my father was in the military, so we traveled around a lot. Before coming to Texas, we stayed in Phoenix, Arizona. We stayed there for maybe about 10, 11 years before coming to Texas.
Okay.
A lot of my family was raised in Marlin, Texas. That's pretty much where it's based out of. Shout out to M Square, by the way.
M Square.
But yeah, man, I grew up there. I went to school there. I graduated in Marlin and everything like that. Played football. It's like I say, even though I played football and everything there, I still had that heart and that drive to become a professional wrestler. Mm-hmm. So after going to college and everything like that, I had my heart set on being that professional wrestler, but it came to the point where I couldn't find a school and everything like that.
I understand that.
Like I heard talks of their schools costing, $2,000, $3,000 at that time. Back then, I didn't have that type of money.
Yeah.
My dad was in the military, so we were bouncing around, so we wouldn't have no actual stable home and everything like that. So it wasn't really something I could be like, okay, I'm going to put forth my money into this. Yeah. This school didn't have the money, so of course I let other things go on. Before that, I played college football.
Yeah.
Played college baseball. Blew my knee out playing football, so it's like, okay, what do I do from here?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I gotta go get a job. If I want to stay at my dad's house, I gotta pay bills, So I went out and got a job, paid bills, everything like that. Unfortunately, became a product of my environment. Got caught up with the wrong crowd, did the wrong things and stuff like that. So kind of led me in a bad, dark place. But naturally, as the fighter that I am and the fighter that my dad raised me to be, I was able to grow up out of that, man, and pursue my dream of becoming a professional wrestler. And here I am, But according to that, to add on to that little story, fast forward, I was living in Waco. Me and my wife at the time had been there maybe 4 or 5 years. We didn't have nothing to do on a Saturday night, so we went cruising to town like every local Waco does, on the strip. And seen this old grocery store that had been run down for a while. There's a lot of cars in the parking lot.
Yeah.
A lot of cars, a lot of lights, a lot of action. I told my wife, I was like, hey, let's go find out what's going on over here.
Okay.
So we go and we walk through the doors, and I'm hearing a lot of banging, a lot of clanging. I'm like, okay, this sounds pretty good. Maybe it's a gym.
Banging and clanging.
They got a lot of gym things going on, So we go in, man, and the first thing I see is a wrestling ring. And I'm like, wow, they've got wrestling in Waco, So,
Yeah.
okay, cool, let's check it out. So we paid our tickets, we're sitting down, we're seeing guys, Donnie Giovanni, yourself, Mr. B was at the show, so we're seeing all this action, man, and my wife is looking at me, she's like, you're enjoying this, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying it so much, I need to find out who's running this.
Yeah.
So that I can become, so I can get into this, get into schools,
Yeah.
and everything like that. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to talk to whoever the owner was at that time, you know what I'm saying? But we found out later shows that they were doing and stuff like that. We found out the next show that they were going. We showed up at the show. We're talking to the people. I get a hold of the owner of that company and stuff like that during what they have is like intermission where you can go out and talk to wrestlers and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I go out and I talk to the owner, and he's like, well, we haven't got training and everything, training school set up just yet, but we'll get everything in a couple of months. He's like, but you're more than welcome to talk to any of the other wrestlers, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, we're going through. There was a wrestler by the name of Zach Bradley that I spoke with, and there was coming to the point where we're coming around the bend, seeing all these other wrestlers and everything, and I just happened to see you. You've got that particular company's title, and then the company that you currently own now, TCW.
Oh, okay, I know.
You had this title, and I got your autograph and everything like that. I walked you. I didn't really know how to walk up to a professional wrestler,
Yeah.
So I walked up to you and was like, hey, do you mind, if I get an autograph, take a picture and everything like that. You were a cool guy, It's whatever.
Until he really got to know me.
We're standing. So we're standing there. He's got both of his belts, and you're like, "Hey, do you want to hold the belts while you take the picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool." So I'm holding both of the belts.
I remember that. Oh,
and,
wow.
We take the snapshot and everything like that, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Yeah, this is what I want to do. This is a good atmosphere. Good people.
Yeah.
Become a local hero. Whatever the case may be." So on and so forth down the line, I kept going to shows. Finally, the owner was like, "Hey, man, do you want to work? Do you want security? Or do you want to do security?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's cool. It's anything, If y'all got a security position open, I'm down to do that." So I started working security and everything for this company, and then the more I started seeing you, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you've got to work for another company." You know what I'm saying? I know you work for another company. Is there something that you got, in line, maybe that I can help you with security? I work security here, so on and so forth. And he was like, hey, man, well, you know what? You come on down to Clean National Guard Armory, run shows there every fourth Saturday of the month. So now, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make my way down to Clean one day, and we're going to do this. So I showed up at Clean, man, and it was by far the most family-friendly show that I had ever been to. You welcomed me with open arms, everything like that. It got to the point then to where I said constantly coming to shows. I'm asking you, hey, who do I go to for training? And stuff like that. And you led me into the right direction. One of my first trainers was Zach Bradley, who was also at that current time a member of your roster. And he was one of my first trainers, and I trained with him for 2 or 3 years. And then finally, you was like, hey, do you think you're ready to get inside the ring? And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready, but give it a little bit more time, and eventually I'll be ready to get in there. So, like I say, lo and behold, I went from being a spectator to, literally becoming a professional wrestler, and making my
Exactly.
dreams come true. So yeah, it's been a good long ride, and as of now to this date, it has been come August 3rd. It will be my 4th year in professional wrestling.
Wow.
It has been one
4 years?
ride. 4 years, yes sir.
God, you make me feel old.
You are old.
God, I'm 18 years in, and you 4 years in.
4 years in, man.
And that's crazy. Now that you brought it up, I remember all that.
I still have the pictures in my phone.
That
brother,
is
so
crazy.
It's a very humbling experience
And
every time I go back and look at it.
I think that's crazy enough that it lets me know, and it should let other workers know. And that's why I tell you guys is that shake everybody's hand. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who you might inspire to join this business and get in this business, or why they're at a show. They may be at a show because they're trying to get that information of how to become a professional wrestler.
Like I say that's pretty much how it came about with me, man. Because like I say, me and my wife at the time, we didn't have nothing to do on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
We went cruising the streets, seen something that was on and popping, went to go check it out. Lo and behold, it was professional wrestling.
Wow.
This literally walked into my dream.
Wow.
So it's like from there on, I kept constantly trying to figure out who I can get in contact with in order to become a professional, become a trainer, so I can become a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Like I say, lo and behold, I got a hold of the right people, and they pointed me in the right direction. So,
nice. And for those who want to know what the other company is, it was HOT, Heart of Texas. I don't want nobody getting in their feelings and everything. Why you keep saying other company? Why you saying other company? Why won't say Heart of Texas? It was Heart of Texas, and I was their heavyweight champion at that time, and the TCW heavyweight champion.
This is true.
Bam, bam. Booyah, booyah, booyah.
So now that the cat's out of the bag,
yeah.
Heart of Texas Wrestling, yes, they were the first company to put me inside their wrestling ring. And yes, I had my first match with HOT Wrestling. And yes, I did venture off to another company, and it wasn't because HOT was bad. HOT was a good company. They had everything going for them. I just needed to venture out somewhere else to get my feet wet with another company, and to see what other companies brought to the table. Yeah. And come to find out, HOT and TCW were actually sister companies that were working together. So it worked out good on both parties.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I think definitely got a good acquisition, getting you on board and have you with us. It's been beneficial for us.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely having you around. You're probably one of my guys that just like, I know I can always count on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go somewhere, we need something done, I already know Nate's there. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it there and get it done, man.
So you are a prime example of what I'm hoping my other students and other students that come through the school will pick up on and learn that. If you guys are wondering where we are actually in the ring, in the middle, in the ring. We'll say in the middle.
We're like three-fourths.
Yeah,
We're close.
But we're in the ring here at TCW Ground Zero Training Center.
The official TCW.
The official, also the official training school of the AIWF Texas here in the Killeen area. So if you're interested in joining, hit us up on the TCW Ground Zero Facebook page and get more information about that.
Yeah, definitely hit that like button.
Yes, indeedy.
Hit the like button.
Beep.
Hit the blue share button. It don't take much effort.
Beep, beep. That's my button pusher. Beep, beep.
He's got his own button pusher, y'all. Bink, bink.
Beep, beep.
So whenever you hear bink, bink, you know something's fixing.
You should have seen back in the day, dog. Like I used to, all my mics had an SCP button.
Oh yeah.
They used to speak Spanish. Man, it was crazy.
You gonna get sap on them?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
And translate like that.
Yeah. I'm not that good, so
I'm talking about some Spanish, boy. And it made people be like, "Oh my God, he knows Spanish."
That's all I know.
It only covered certain words, but it worked. It worked. So 4 years you've been wrestling.
4 years.
Where have you traveled? Have you been outside of Texas?
Most recently, we went to Kansas a few months back. That was my first time ever venturing outside of Texas wrestling. Once again, very great, humbling experience, man. They made me feel like I literally lived in Kansas. Like I was a part of their team. It felt great. Let's see, up and coming as of right now, I am going to Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
With
yes,
yourself,
sir. Yes, sir.
and a couple other people. So that's going to be a great experience. This will be my second time traveling out of Texas, so that'll be great. I'm not one of those ones that's never been out of Texas. Obviously, my father was in the military, so we've ventured off into pretty much every state that's been named so far. I've been to a couple of countries as well, like I say, due to my father being in the military.
But wrestling wise,
the only state that I've ventured out of would be Kansas until up and coming, which would be Tennessee close to the end of this month. So
RSWF, we coming, and I'm bringing Nate Graves. So
he's bringing the no yelling zone.
No, exactly.
So
well, I mean, we're talking about Memphis here, like.
Yeah. I mean,
like they already know how I am about them and everything. It's a love-hate relationship with them.
that's cool.
I love them. I love some of the women. Not all of them. There's some that just won't stop eating the grass there. They try to pay for tickets with the EBT card and everything. You know.
Can you do that?
No.
Okay.
No. And then you got the guys.
Apparently, I can't be myself when I go to Tennessee.
You're gonna see guys there that got teeth here, there, everywhere. You know, they're missing teeth. You know, it's horrible. No wonder the women come to Texas to find men because it's just.
I heard the barbecue was good, so it's
wonderful.
If
yes,
the barbecue's good, then
we got it. We got to hit up Bill Street while we're there.
Street?
Yes. Jerry King Lawler. We coming to your. We're gonna come to your restaurant.
To your eating establishment.
Your establishment. We're gonna come in your house. Eat up your food.
Yeah.
Pay for it,
that's cool. I'm bringing money. So
okay.
Yeah. But yeah. As far as venturing outside of Texas, man, Kansas was great. Tennessee, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to all the other states that are more than welcome to bring TCW to their town.
So, oh yeah, be prepared. I mean, this man, he eventually he's gonna get out there and he's gonna start traveling a lot more, even without me. You know, he's gonna get out there on his own and show the world what I can do, what he can do. You know, I think that was one of the biggest things I used to, with ACH. You know, when he started getting picked up all these places and going to all these places. You know, it's one of those things that we can only hold on to you for so long. The rest of the world gonna figure out, hey, that's a gem right there. So let's get him up there.
Eventually, got to share the wealth with everybody else.
Exactly.
But you can't never forget where it is that you came from.
I don't like to share much, so I'm trying to hide him and keep him here.
Greedy.
He's I am.
I'm trying to get my name out there, man, and establish myself as a good, well-known, established Texas wrestler. So, like I say, I'm currently a student of the Total Championship Wrestling Performance Center.
Yeah.
Now, so like I say, I'm trying to hone my craft and be the best that Texas has to offer, especially when I go out to these other states. I mean, not only do I not want to make Texas look bad, but I don't want to make the school and the company that I work for look bad either. So you got to go out there and step it up to the highest level that you can do it.
There you go. Now, you're nursing an injury right now.
That is correct. I am nursing a knee injury. It is a prior injury that I had leading up to becoming a professional wrestler.
Okay.
I had a little bad luck on the day before I actually had my first day of training.
Okay.
I blew my ACL, MCL, and PCL.
Jeez. My knees are hurt.
The day before I was supposed to go train. Now,
shout out to KD.
Most people would think that, with my knee being blown out, that I wouldn't go out here and everything would be done and I would just quit and everything and stuff like that. Well, I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to be a quitter. I was raised to keep going. I wanted to be a professional wrestler so bad.
Okay.
I wanted to learn the craft. So disregarded the doctor, disregarded my wife, disregarded my own well-being and know-how. I stepped foot inside a professional wrestling ring and trained with a blown-out knee. Now, granted, my trainers at that time looked at me and they were like, "You don't have to impress anybody. You're not out here to impress anybody."
Yeah.
And I looked my trainer dead in the eye and I said, "Sir, I'm not out here to impress you or any of the guys out here. I'm out here to become a professional wrestler. Now, regardless if I can do it, whether if I'm on a bum knee or I'm not on a bum knee, I can learn visually. So either way, I'm going to be out here to do this regardless if my knee is going to stop me or not."
Okay. So now, with that being said, this Friday we got Motomania 2.
Motomania 2.
Motomania 2,
yes.
brought to you by TCW and Clean Power Sports. Will you be in the house?
I would definitely be in the house
Okay.
for Motomania 2. There pretty much isn't going to be a TCW show that I'm not going to be in the house for. So yeah, I would definitely be in the house. Whether or not if my knee will be up to par is going to be on my knee. I'm not going to let myself determine that, so I don't want to mess up my knee any more than what it already is.
So what is your main focus? Like I know we got like I said, we got Motomania coming up, but I know you want to be part of the big granddaddy when it comes to TCW.
Yes.
And I mean,
yes.
this year it's gonna be so big that we couldn't even do it at the Armory or anywhere else.
We had to find a bigger spot.
Man, Bell County Comic Con. So we gonna do TCW Wrestle Wars 11.
Wrestle Wars 11. The biggest, grandest show TCW's got.
Man, this is gonna be an extravaganza.
It's gonna be WrestleMania-like.
Man,
but better.
4 shows.
4 shows.
2 days.
2 days.
So my question is, will you be ready for Wrestle Wars? Because I've heard it through the grapevine. And Marcus Rose will be there, and we all know. I mean, you guys went from like that to now, like y'all.
We're space ages apart, brother. I can tell you like this, man. I'm gonna keep it easy coming up to Motomania because, like you say, it's the biggest show coming out, man. We had to expand it, brother, to Bell County Comic Con.
Man.
So four shows, 2 days, man. Like I say, I want to be ready. I need my knee to be ready because I'm a little sour about the way things went down.
Yeah.
At the last go round, man. The last time me and Marcus mixed it up, I was TCW Light Division champion. I walked in champion, but you see, I walked out without my title, and that hurt me. That hurt me here because TCW Light Division was my division.
Yeah.
I held it strong from the day I captured the title to the day I stepped foot in that ring against Marcus Rose, and he left me looking up at the stars. So come August 3rd and 4th, man, it's got to be ready. I need it to be ready. Like I say, I've been taking time off from training, getting it rehabbed and everything like that. So come the 3rd and 4th, man, those 4 shows in those 2 days, literally. It's gonna be worth the wait. It's
gonna be a show. I mean, I've like I said, I've already heard Marcus is gonna be there. Rumor is that there's some guys coming down from Georgia.
Oh yeah.
So exclusive right here. Day 1 on Saturday in the afternoon show. It's gonna be TCW versus Georgia.
TCW versus. Now you know I got to be a part of that.
And they're being led by my son.
Get out of town.
They are being led by my son. My son is bringing a van full of guys from Georgia here. And he even said he's got a surprise.
He's got a surprise.
He's got a surprise. He's got a surprise for all of us.
Oh, all of us. Okay.
He said he got somebody that used to be with us that is coming down to be a part of Team Georgia. So
who could that be?
I got an idea, but I don't think that he would, because he was also one of the guys that I helped train. So I don't know, but if I'm taking an educated guess, I'm thinking he's talking about Tony Strong, because Tony Strong just moved to Georgia.
Tony Strong is a Georgia boy.
So yeah, he is a Georgia boy.
Yeah.
You know, so
he's a Georgia peach. But I can
so now we have to wonder: will he be wearing the TCW brand?
Yeah. Or
Will he be
Georgia
Preacher brand? So it's gonna be a lot going on. If you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get your tickets. They are on sale right now, 50% off for a weekend pass, and if you use the TCW promo code, which is
extra 10%.
TCW, you get an extra 10% off of your ticket price. So I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot coming off your.
That's 60% all in total.
Yeah,
that's more than half the price of your ticket you just cut off.
So make sure you go. You can find the link on the TCW Facebook page. We'll have it up also on the TCW website as well. Or you can go to
Bill County Comic-Con page on Facebook
and get it there. But make sure you use that promo code TCW to get that extra 10% off. So like I said, it's a lot going on.
A lot, man, a lot. I'm still flabbergasted.
We got the stuff there, man.
As y'all can see,
get
man,
that
the
knee
training
together.
center, we gonna get my knee back together, cause I need this August 3rd, August 4th for the grand stage of them all for TCW. Man.
Oh yeah,
I need to be there.
Oh yeah,
hot and in the action. So,
man,
plus I got a few choice words for Marcus Rose. I'm just not gonna let him just.
You're like,
I'm not gonna let him just take my title and just think he's just gonna be cool and just be all right with it.
You know, once he sees this, he gonna go meme crazy on you. You know that's what Marcus do.
I hope he does see it. I hope he writes it down. You know, does whatever it is that he had to do, record it, whatever. You know, make a meme, or however they pronounce that. It doesn't make no difference.
Yeah.
I just need him to know that on August 3rd and August 4th, I'm not gonna tell you which day, but be ready, because in a blink of an eye, man, in a blink of an eye. You are entitled to a rematch.
I am entitled to a rematch. You are entitled to a rematch, and I would have to say that show at Conley Junior High, if you weren't there to see it, be ready. You missed it. But we're going to air that on Twitch TV pretty soon. So make sure you tune in to watch that. That match got pretty bloody.
Yeah, from the
you guys, man, y'all got down and dirty up in there. I mean,
after it, man. I told Marcus, man, I'm coming for his blood. So, beginning of the match, I made him bleed.
Man, like
I had to let him know where I stand. You know, I mean, he thought he was the leader of the group, but there's one thing he had to understand, man. I was the enforcer, and eventually, the enforcer becomes the leader.
Yeah,
you know. The leader tells the enforcer what to do. Yeah, I get it, but it's the enforcer that lets it all hang out.
Now,
and makes that plan into fruition.
Now, my question, and you know, I'm not stirring the pot or nothing, but my question is, okay, you got your Marcus. What's the deal with Ace? What's the deal with Pretty Boy Jay? Like, we have not seen them two. Now, I know Pretty Boy Jay. He's doing really good at his day job and everything.
He's doing his thing.
Shout out to working up in the airlines, doing that security thing.
Shout out to the DF Dub Airport.
Yeah, DF Dub Airport and everything. But have you talked to them? Have they expressed their urge?
I've been in contact with Ace, you know, since the last match, man. And, you know, he told me to keep my head up and everything like that. And eventually I'll get my shot back at it, you know. But I was more worried about was when Ace was gonna come back to the scene. of professional wrestling. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
because I miss my former tag partner.
We've had fans ask.
Fans ask me. I mean, I get DM messages all the time. You know, hey, when's you and Ace or you and Pretty Boy gonna get back in the ring together?
Yeah,
and stuff like that. You know, I don't have a definite answer to give them.
Yeah.
I can just let them know that, man, stay tuned, man, because that boy Hooligan Ace, he misses the professional wrestling ring, just like we miss him, his fans and stuff like that, man. So he'll definitely be back. He was a little uneasy the way things went down between me and Marcus, but he understands, you know, that.
Yeah, there was a lot of shoving. There was a lot of shoving.
Families gonna fight, man, and he thinks that I've got quarrel with him because of the way things went down at the last TCW show. But I mean, I put my hands on Ace, but he got to understand, man, I was in the heat of the moment. I was mad and stuff like that, and I pushed him down. There's no hard feelings, Ace. I still love you. But yeah, man, as far as Pretty Boy Jay, man, he's doing his thing, man, making good money up there in the DF Dub, supporting his family. So, you know, whenever he's ready to come back in, man, I'm gonna hold the ropes open for him and let him come on in, and we're gonna get this business cracking.
Nice. All right. Well, Ace, I'd love to have you come on down and like to do a behind the curtain with you, sit down and talk to you, see what you've been up to. Marcus Rose, the floor is open to you as well. You know, all you guys.
My boots open to him too. So.
I bet they are. I bet they are. Boots the asses?
Boots the
asses.
asses.
Been talking to The Rock?
Man, yeah, I've been talking to The Rock. You know what he told me?
You tweeting Rock now?
I'm tweeting The Rock. You know what I told him? I said, come down to TCW Performance Center, man, because we get to the end of it.
Hey, he did one time like one of my workout ones when I put #focus.
Yeah.
He be clanging and banging right along with me. We clanging and banging.
We clanging and banging, man.
You know.
We hitting the ropes. We getting it in over at TCW Performance Center.
Oh yeah. Don't let just because you see that back there, don't let that fool you, man. We in here putting in work, getting into work and everything. So where can people, you know, if they want to get a hold of you, or you know, maybe there's a promoter watching and wants to book you, how can they get a hold of you?
Man, you can get a hold of me on Twitter. It's at HeelFanNate on Twitter. You can catch me on Facebook under Nate Graves, or you can look under my government name, Nate Anderson. Either one, they're both linked together. You can slide me a message on either one of them. I reply back pretty quickly. So yeah, man, if there's any promoters out there that want to see what I can bring to the table, just hit me up. I'm more than welcome to travel and get some work in.
Nice. Now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to be the bad guy? Do you prefer to be the good guy, or is it just whichever way you feel when you come out that curtain? It's just how you go.
In the 4 years that I've been in the business, I've realized that no matter if you're a good guy, if you're a bad guy, the fans are either going to love you or they're going to hate you. So me coming out, it's easier for me to sit there and say being the bad guy is my forte.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to be an asshole to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, or a case like that. But in my case, I've found out that, you know, being a heel gimmick, the first time I ever got cheered, it kind of threw me for a loop because I was like, why are y'all cheering me?
Yeah.
I hate all of y'all. Shut up.
Yeah.
And yet, the more I bashed on them, the more they cheered me.
Yeah.
And it kind of threw me for a loop, and it's like, why are y'all doing this? So I guess I would say it just depends on how I'm feeling when I walk out of that curtain. The presence from the crowd, you know, how the crowd reacts is more of how I would react.
Because I've even noticed lately that when you come out, you have the no yelling zone. But I noticed that now these fans are chanting for the why you yelling and everything. And it's not like chanting in the way of booing you. Like
it's chanting in the way of
they liking you. They're so. You know,
like
do you think that's growing on?
I think it is growing. I think it is growing. Like I say, sometimes for me it gives me a little bit of confusion because I'm not quite used to being the heel character and fans cheering for me yet and stuff like that. Of course, I still want to be mean to the little kids and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, if push comes to shove, man, I walk out of that curtain and I give them the why you yelling, and everybody, I get a good pop from it, man, I'm just going to go with it, you know?
Yeah.
I'll go with it, you know? If I see some people that ain't digging my style, you know, why are you yelling, you know? Give them the whole why ain't you yelling?
There you go.
Something like that. You know, it just depends on how things roll, you know, once I walk out of the curtain.
Well, I noticed, you know, with this whole thing with you and Marcus, you know, the fans are starting to have gotten behind you.
Yeah.
You know, Marcus still has his loyal followers and stuff like that, but it seems like between the two, you're more now turning into the one that people like, and Marcus is the one that don't. So
don't get me wrong, they still know that I don't like them. I can't stand any of my fans, but they cheer for me, so that's on them, you know. When it comes to whether or not if they're going to cheer for me or they're going to cheer for Marcus, I would rather them cheer for me because I don't like Marcus, and they shouldn't like him either.
Okay. But now, besides Marcus, you've also had some stuff with Ethan Daniels. You know.
Yes.
Now, is that personal, or is that just because he has the belt? You know, like were you guys friends at one time? Like you guys seem like.
The thing about that, me and Ethan Daniel, little backstory about me and Ethan Daniel. Me and Ethan Daniel trained together. When we first got into this business, we trained together.
Yeah.
And before there was any squad, we all trained together. There was no set group or anything like that. It got to the point to where they came together and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna form a faction. We want Ethan to be a part of it. You know, since we all trained together, would you like to be a part of it too?" I told him, you know what? I'm just now getting into the business. I just kind of want to get my feet in, see where it takes me, so on and so forth. So I don't really want to just be a part of a group. Just now, you know. And everything was cool with everything. They were cool. They understood my decision, everything like that. But later on down the line, we got an offer from you to join TCW. So with that being said, Marcus Rose decided that he wanted to form a group, you know, comprised of 2 other Dallas members and 2, you know, hometown members. Bringing us together, collectively we were called Hate Crime. Now, granted, they were still training off where they were training at, and I was still training with Zach Bradley and HOT and squad and everything like that. So when it came to the point where they actually formed their group and they were like, "Hey, we really want you to be a part of this group because we're actually down a member. You know, he's hurt. We don't know how long he's going to be able to be out or come back to action." So I told him, I said, "You know what, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and pass because I took up a better offer.
Oh, wow.
That seemed that it would fit my role a lot better." And when they got wind of the group that I joined, they weren't too happy about it. They tried to figure out why it is that I wanted to join their group when we were a brotherhood. We trained together, we ate, we trained together and stuff like that. And I told them, I said, "Man, what y'all are trying to do doesn't fit me. I don't want to be the flashy lights and the happy." I told him, I said, "Look at me. Do I look happy?" I say, "I look like a walking hate crime." Flat out. So this is the group that I'm going to be with. Either understand it or we're going to have issues. You know what I'm saying? And it led down to the line to where there would be matches of squad would come together. They'd have their matches, and lo and behold, hate crime would come and interfere in their matches. Now, for those of you that don't remember, I am the one that would shoot in and interfere in all of their matches because I didn't give a damn. And besides the fact that they didn't like the fact that I chose hate crime over squad. Now, we, in the midst of the 4 years that we've all been in this business together, within the first year, we had our first match between Squad and Hate Crime. And it literally led into a rivalry between Squad and Hate Crime, to the point to where it dwindled off to individuals in the group having rivalries, which led to me and Ethan Daniel into the rivalry that we recently have had, and put in what I would say would put an end to. But then again, he is holding a TCW title that I want.
I was gonna say, you guys,
So-
between Squad and Hate Crime, you guys were like the Freebirds and Von Erich rivalry. Like you guys, like when it came to TCW, like you want to talk about two factions that just always seem to clash no matter what. It was you two.
Even if there was another tag team that was brought into the fold, we would literally take that other tag team out just so that it would
just so y'all could.
be us Hate Crime versus Squad. So yeah, we've got at least a good two strong years, of a rivalry that we had starting out. And everything like that, which it was great for me. I got to beat them up. They got to maybe get one or two over on us. But it was all in good fun. So yeah, that's pretty much how the rivalry started between me and Ethan Daniel as singles. Started as singles. Like I say, it started out as faction versus faction. Now it's single versus single. Like I said, he currently holds the TCW television title. That is a title that has eluded me to this date. See, it's for me being a former TCW Tag Team Champion and now currently a former TCW Light Division title. There's another rank that I need to reach. And he is at the top of that ladder. And I am more than willing to climb up to the top of that ladder and knock him off.
Wow.
So
all right. Well, you heard it here. Speaking of like Von Erichs and Freebirds, who was it that you watched, or who is it that kind of inspired you to be a pro wrestler? Like who is it that maybe out there, whether it's current or past, that
when it comes to factions that inspired me, it wasn't like a Freebirds or a Von Erichs. It was more or less the Four Horsemen. But like I say, what inspired me to get into the business was Ric Flair. And once I found out that Ric Flair had a faction called the Four Horsemen, bringing in Ole Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Arn Anderson, and stuff like that, and other workers later on down the line, it was the fact that they were all individuals, but when it came to them coming together, they were the most well-oiled machine that you could ever put together in professional wrestling. And that's what I wanted to be a part of when it came to a faction, and that is literally what we were. But like I say, there comes a time where egos get bigger and people think that they're better than others, or they think that they don't have to take orders and stuff like that. So of course factions crumble. There's never a faction that crumbles from the outside in. A faction always crumbles from the inside out.
Sure.
And like I say, that's what happened with myself, Marcus Rose, Hate Crime, Pretty Boy J, and Ace. But as far as inspired factions, man, the Four Horsemen was by far the most inspiration that I had coming into this business. And like I say, just seeing the in-ring work of Ric Flair, the mic work of Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson, the in-ring work of Tully Blanchard, and just putting all that stuff together, man, it's like, wow, this is what I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like, it draws you into it. The flashiness. If we're gonna bring the Freebirds into it, by far one of the most flashiest factions in professional wrestling. They brought that rock and roll style, and it was was awe-inspiring, for so many people. And then you have the legacy of the Von Erichs. Like, who doesn't know about the Von Erichs?
Yeah.
It's like Carrie Von Erich and all of them, man. Like, for my dad growing up, those were who my dad looked up to.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So naturally, when my dad would take me to wrestling shows, he'd give me all the info on the Von Erichs and stuff like that. And it's like, man, I wish I could have been around, like, old enough back then to know what I know now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's stuff like that, man, that inspired me to become a professional wrestler to this day.
That's crazy because, I mean, if you think about it, Ross and Marshall held the TCW tag team titles. So, I mean, they were the ones that actually made those TCW tag team titles into world TCW tag team titles. They held them at the same time as they held the IWR tag titles. They took them all over, and if you haven't had a chance to see that, also, they had some great battles with Aero Club over the TCW tag titles and the IWR tag team titles. So, big shout out to them. So now, 4 years in, you're part of TCW. You've been a part of TCW for a while. What is your goals for TCW? Like, what do you see yourself? What is your goal in TCW when it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done, man, and I can't go no more in the ring, I want to give back to TCW. So all the knowledge that I've learned, whether it been in the TCW Performance Center or getting knowledge from any of the other veterans around, I want to become that veteran that can pass down the knowledge to any of the other guys that want to get into the business and stuff like that. I don't want to be just a in-ring competitor and then that be it. You know what I mean? I want to have backstage stuff and stuff like that. I want to bring more to the table than just just my talents inside the ring.
Yeah.
Like I say, any of the upcoming guys that want to get into this business, give them knowledge and let them know, what it would take in order to succeed in the business. Because as of right now, I'm 4 years in. I still think I'm green. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's some vets out there that say if you ain't been 5 years plus, you're still green. So
there's some that say you ain't 10 years plus that you're still green. So
it's like I want people to see how humbling this business can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if guys are coming in thinking, oh, I can do this because I see this crap on TV or something like that, you got a rude awakening ahead of you. Trust me, you have a rude awakening ahead of you. Like I say, when I got into this business, I came from being a two-sport athlete. Thinking, okay, I can do this. I can take bumps. I can run ropes. I can get on the top rope. Somebody can throw me off. It didn't feel like that. so yeah. Once I'm said and done in this business, and my knee don't want me to go no more, or my back don't want it to go. I just want to be able to pass down the knowledge. I have kids myself. So if they want to become professional wrestlers, I will have the knowledge in order to give them, to get into the business. I'll have the right knowledge or I'll have the right people that they will be able to go to in order to get proper training and stuff like that, so that they will be able to pursue their dream if this is their dream to do.
Nice. Whether it be WWE, Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan, or anybody on the independent scene, is there anybody specifically that you've always wanted to work or wanted to wrestle? Is there anybody out there, like, you had the chance to, if a promoter said, hey, name me 3 guys that you would like to wrestle, who would that be?
Any three?
Any 3
in the present time?
Yeah. Whether I wouldn't say if they're retired, but I mean, somebody that's like whether they're currently on the WWE roster or they're currently working the indies. Is there anybody specific that you want to?
I would
see yourself in the ring with.
I can, as far as we'll go one past, and it would be B.J. Whitmore. Okay. I'm not too sure if you know who B.J. Whitmore is. He's a former Ring of Honor guy. He's a former Ring of Honor announcer. He's trained a lot of talented people. He would be my past guy that I would want to get into the ring with. As far as present guys right now to this date, Orange Cassidy is by far hitting the scene. Okay. Very, very hot. He's one guy that I could see myself getting in the ring with. As far as a guy that I know that I would need extensive training to get up to where he's at is Mike Quickenbach. I believe I pronounced his name wrong. Quickenbach or something like that. To that nature. Yeah. Quickenbach. Yes. For those of you that don't know, big shout out to him. Sorry if I butchered your name. Shakara Wrestling. He owns that company. He is also one of their trainers. He's trained many of guys that are in the WWE now. Cesaro being one of them. He would be in my top three. Orange Cassidy and BJ Whitmore would be my top. Man.
You'd be surprised who mine is. At least one of them is Delirious.
Really.
I would love to wrestle Delirious, and I've actually had a couple fans say that they would love to see me versus Delirious. So
that's another guy that was also trained by Michael Quacken. I'm not gonna butcher your name anymore, sir. You know who I'm talking about. But yes, that guy. Yeah, he was also trained by him as well.
Oh, okay.
So all right. That would be pretty good. That would be a pretty good matchup. I would love to see that.
I think me and him would have a really good match. I do. Well, that has been about it, guys. Is there anything you would like to say to your fans? Well, I don't know if we should allow you to say anything to your fans. We already know you don't like your fans.
You got the bleep button, right? No, I'm just messing with you.
But once again, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. And anything else you would like to tell your fans about you?
Get in contact with me, man. Like I say, you can get in contact on Facebook under Nate Graves, or my government issue name, Nate Anderson. Like I say, either one, DM either one. I respond pretty quickly. As far as my fans, why are y'all yelling? It's a no yelling zone. No, just keep yelling. Keep doing whatever. Don't listen to him. I probably don't want to say that out loud. He's going to turn my lights out. Lord knows we don't need that to happen. I pay my bills. But yeah, big shout out to TCW roster. All the members of the TCW Performance Center. Big shout out.
Yeah.
Man, Bell County Comic Con. Big shout out to letting us, rock one in y'all's event. So yeah. Hit the like button, man. It ain't that hard. Hit the like button on my page, on Shawtown's Finest, Mr. B, the TCW Ground Zero Training Center page. Just hit the like button, hit the share button, man. Yeah. Because I share back, man. I like back. You can hit me up on Twitter once again, @HillFanNate. And that is @HillFanNate. Exactly like that.
I'll make sure when I edit it up, we'll have it
we'll put that up there
at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
So you can point down and be like, hit me up right there.
Hit me up right there. I'm a little late on it, but hit me up right there. All that good stuff, man. So,
all right,
man. Big shout out behind the curtain, Mr. B. Oh, he's hosting it. My bad. So let him do his thing.
Well, once again, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance, go to TCW TV on YouTube. You can see the past episodes with, we have Zach Bradley. We have an episode with him. We have an episode with Kyle Hawk. And also with myself as well. This is the new season. We started off with Nate Graves, so make sure you tune in. We hopefully will have another one within the next week. I want to have one at least each week. We're going to have a new behind the curtains. So make sure you join us right here on Twitch and TCW TV on YouTube. Like he said, like us on Facebook at Total Championship Wrestling on Facebook. You can also get us on Instagram under TCW for Life. We also have a Twitter page as well. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff. I'm Mr. B. He's Nate Graves.
Nate Graves.
And once again, thank you for watching us, and we will see you at the next episode. Till then, we'll see you. And in the words of my trainer, Papa Don, we'll see you at the matches. Later.